This is the Suzuki V-Strom 1050DE, and it's Suzuki's flagship option when it comes to adventure riding. It's a bike with all the bells and whistles, something that you could easily jump on and ride across the country tomorrow. But where can you take it? Is it made for true adventure? Can it handle some off-road work? Or was it made to be a pavement princess? Well, that's what I'm here to find out over the next month or two. Suzuki have been nice enough to let me borrow the big V-Strom, and in this video, I'm heading out on my first ride to get a feel for the bike before I fully test it out on some proper adventures. So come along for the day's ride, and let's see how the big V-Strom performs. Good morning, two-wheel adventurers, and welcome to the cockpit of the Suzuki V-Strom 1050DE. The behemoth. She is a monster. A comfortable monster on the street so far, but I've got this thing for maybe a couple of months from Suzuki, borrowing it for a little while. See what this thing can do. It's a lot bigger of a bike than I am used to, that's for sure, but I'm gonna make the most of it and have some fun. I want to take it on a few proper adventures over multiple days, camping, all that kind of stuff. But today is all about getting to know the big 1050DE, heading out for a day trip west of the Gold Coast, about 400 kilometers, a mix of dirt and tar. It's going to be great. It should be an awesome time. It'll be your typical adventure day trip, where you've got to head out of the city. If you do live in a built-up area like I do, it might take you a bit of time before you actually get to any off-road sort of stuff. So that's what we're doing for now. But they'll be linking up the trails with some tar all throughout the day, but it should be a good mix of both and a great test for the 1050DE. But I'll tell you what, the big V-Strom is an absolute blast through the twisties. Most of my adventures try to be off-road, so when I hit on-road, I don't like it quite as much. But on this thing, I don't think it's going to matter. I think I'm going to enjoy it regardless. But quick stop here. Give you a quick look at the big rig. She really is a behemoth. She is huge. I guess you could kind of compare this 1050DE. This is Suzuki's big flagship adventure model. So I guess it's competing with things like the Honda Africa Twin, maybe BMW's massive GS, whatever they're up to now. I don't know, just gets bigger every year it seems. But there she is. The thing of beauty, bright yellow, Suzuki yellow. And yeah, she doesn't look too bad, but she's a big bike. I do wish I had some off-road tyres, some more off-road orientated tyres on this thing. So it's going to limit where I want to go, but it is a big bike, so you're probably not buying this thing to take down anything difficult anyway. It's only going to be for your general dirt roads, and that's about it. I don't think you want to take this thing in anything technical. She'll get heavy very fast, but the seat, super comfy. Rider triangle feels okay for now. I feel like the foot pegs might feel a little bit cramped for me at 6 foot, but we'll see how it goes today. But everything else is cool. I love the luggage rack at the back. That'll be good for when I go do some camping. Can tie everything on straight away. Got some good crash bars down here, protection as standard, which is awesome to see. I did want to take out these rubber mounts off the foot pegs, but I didn't get a chance to before leaving this morning, so I've just left them in there. Big screen up front, which is adjustable, but you have to undo these bolts and move it up, so I've just left it as is right there. But other than that, I've put the quad lock on. That's all I've done. She is stock as a rock, and it really is a mile munching machine. That's what this thing is built for. It's built for knocking over big days, big kilometers, just getting the job done, getting you from A to B. So as I did say, it'll be your standard adventure ride with dirt and tar mixed in. But I really don't think I'm gonna mind too much when I do hit the tar, because this thing is so smooth and this engine is so smooth. Just give me a sec to get out of here and I'll show you. I've got a quick shifter as well, which is so cool on a big bike like this, but tiny little hit of the throttle and you are gone. You are gone. So I've just pulled off the side of the road here for a quick second, but I will hit some dirt very shortly up the road here. Just going to play around with the modes on the 1050DE. It has Suzuki's intelligent ride system on this bike, similar to what I used on the new DRZ 4S when I went over to America. It's a similar setup. So we've got traction control, the ride modes, and ABS as well. I did have that in A before. The ride mode A, that's the most power. B, a little bit less. C, a little bit less again. ABS 1. Pretty sure 1 is the most invasive. 2, a little bit less. I'll leave that there. But traction control, I want to see if we have gravel mode here, just like I did on the DRZ in America, because gravel mode was cool. Well, there we go. Off. G, there it is. It's at the top. So gravel mode, that should help with the rear wheel slip, and it'll do its thing. The computer will figure out what it wants to do. Yeah, we'll leave it at that and test that out to start with. But we'll be taking it nice and easy to start with on this big bike, especially with the tyres that I have on this thing. But the gravel mode, G mode, was pretty enjoyable on the DRZ, so can't see why it wouldn't be good on this. It's probably started on bikes like this. Can't park there, mate. First bit of gravel of about 100 meters. I'm just cruising along here, getting a feel for the big girl. But I really think this is a bike that sort of gets... Got a car. It's a bike that sort of gets forgotten about in the adventure market. Obviously Suzuki have the smaller 800DE, which probably takes a lot of people away from this bike. They probably see the 800 as a better option. It's not quite as big and heavy, especially if they want to do a lot of dirt, but it is probably such a big bike. Bikes this size, I think it weighs around 250 kilograms. Bikes around this size, just they're not really bikes that people like me would look at, say. People who want to do proper adventures, well, I say proper adventure, any ride's an adventure, but a proper off-road adventure. If you're looking to get off-road and you don't really know what tracks are going to be like, this isn't really the bike that you're going to pick. Otherwise you're not going to have a fun time. But it definitely has its place. I mean, if I wanted to ride across the country tomorrow, I would happily do it on this thing. After an hour on this already, this is so comfortable. I could ride across the country without a worry at all. So that's what these big bikes are built for, really. Doing stuff like this, an easy dirt road, I'm sitting down being lazy and it's just cruising. But then you get to these on-road sections and it's an absolute dream. Power for days. And this bike just makes everything feel slow. Like, I feel like I'm going like 40 kilometers an hour, but most of the time I'm doing about 70 or 80. Just being such a big bike and so smooth, you don't really notice how fast you're actually going. But we're back into somewhat civilization. I'll go and top up with fuel. Big 20-litre fuel tank. Hopefully should get me through the day. Another little roadside stop before we're on to the next dirt road for a little bit. But I don't think I've ever felt this good, this refreshed after doing 116 kilometers already, most of that on the tar road. usually you're starting to feel it after a while. But on this thing, it is ultra comfy. The only thing I would say is with the seat isn't uncomfortable. It's very squishy and good on the buttocks, but it sort of dips in, so you're sort of trapped in where you do sit. So I'm finding that it just makes my pants sort of ride up, because you get stuck, like getting pushed into the tank rather than sitting up on top. I prefer a seat where you can move around a bit rather than be stuck in one little sort of channel. But the seat's still comfy, just can't really move around at all. But I really like the crash bars. You can use them as a footrest and just get the legs up, get comfy. But enough of that, doesn't matter anymore, so I'll probably just be standing up a little bit here. It's been a long time since I've come out along these roads, these tracks west of the Goldie. Passing through the little town of Boona, and then I think it's over that direction somewhere, one of the mountain ranges. That's where I'm heading. There is a pretty nice lookout up top of one of them, and we're heading up there to check it out on the big V-Strom. So this is what I'm talking about with these crash bars here. Put the legs up, kick back, didn't have the GoPro on, but I just dodged a snake. Just. Woo. Big red belly. Just missed his head. I think he snapped back just as I got close, so I missed him. Very lucky. Okay, here's the hills. Lookout's up here somewhere. Nearly there. Governor's Chair. That's what we're going to. That is the lookout. 6Ks. Let's do it. Oh, let's not hit neutral. That won't do it. It's been a while since I've been out here. From memory, it was a pretty easy climb up here. Pretty much designed for two-wheel drive cars to get up. So, should be big bike friendly. Can feel gravel mode working when I get into this middle part where there's all gravel. But you give it a bit of throttle, you can hear the spin start, and it starts to do its thing, bring you back to normal, bring you back to traction. Too much fun. Too much fun, this big bike. Try not to get carried away. knowing what tyres I'm on, but it's doing alright. Suspension soaking everything up. Big bump there, no dramas. It's just crazy to me that they can make bikes this big that still perform so well. I just don't get it. It weighs 250 odd kilos, but it still just tracks along nice. But here we are. Time to go check out the lookout, and you'll enjoy the view just like me because there's no drone.
Now this is the Governor's Chair lookout. It's only a short 150 metre walk to this epic view, so make sure you jump off your bike if you are ever out this way. Now the name comes from back in the 1800s when Queensland's governor at the time apparently used to visit this spot all the way from Brisbane, which would have been one heck of a mission back in those days. I'm pretty certain there were no V-Stroms coming up here back then. But I did have the place to myself for a little while, so I took the time to have a break, have something to eat, all while soaking in this amazing view before jumping back on the bike.
Some locals out for a feed. What's happening, everybody? Good day for a good day. That's the way. Enjoy. Oh, scared the little one. Oh, you got the horns. Let's get out of here. How's the backdrop over there though? That's up sort of where I was. That lookout up there somewhere, all along the Great Dividing Range. This bike's just making me lazy. I just want to sit down perch. It's so comfy to just do that. I gotta get up on the peaks.
This section of dirt was absolutely beautiful. Perfect for a bike just like the V-Strom 1050DE. I was starting to get a really good feel for the bike at this point of the day, but along the way, I started passing by a whole bunch of riders, all wearing high-vis vests, and they were all riding the little Honda CT 110s, the humble postie bike. Well, a closer look told me that they were all part of the Postie Bike Challenge, an adventure ride group that do a big adventure every year somewhere across Australia on the little 110s. It wouldn't be a very fast way, but what an epic way to see Australia.
Now this area is called White Swamp, and if you're from around Gold Coast, Brisbane, Northern New South Wales, you'll know this area because it's pretty popular for adventure riding. The sign back there just said historical White Swamp area. I don't really know why. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what's historical about it. Farmland or something. Not quite too sure, but I'll tell you, the road's got rough as soon as I've come across into New South Wales here. Now I know I'm not doing anything too crazy today with these trails, but I'm actually really impressed with how these tyres are going. Whether it's the tyres, oh big bump, tyres, or it's how well balanced the bike is, I'm not quite sure, but I have a reasonable amount of trust in this front, which is strange because another bump, because I've ridden some other bikes that I've been given that have had tyres, you know, similar to this sort of spec, and they were just all over the place. But on this bike, it hasn't really, touch wood, no wood to touch, it hasn't really gave me any dramas today, which is weird. Maybe it's the weight distribution, I'm not quite sure, but I don't even know what the tyres actually are on this thing. I might just stop up here. Let's quickly have a look. What are they? They are Trail Max Mix Tour Dunlop Trail Max Mix Tour. Same on the front, I'm assuming. Trail Max, yep. Dunlop Trail Max. What did I say? I've forgotten already. Dunlop Trail Max Mix Tour. So they're doing okay. Or it's the bike, I'm not quite sure. But not too much further on this little dirt stretch. And we'll be running it into Wollongong. I'm hungry. I need to get something. The Adventure Rider's diet, no doubt it'll be a pie and a Coke or burger or something. No salad in the Adventure Rider's diet. Well, that burger was delicious. Right here at the, I think it's called the Pit Stop. Anyway, burger was unreal. I didn't think I'd ordered a monstrous burger. I thought it was just a standard chicken burger, and it came out like it was a bloody turkey. But not complaining. It was delicious. But time to keep on going. So if you are curious, there will be a review video of this bike down the track. I'm not going to review a bike I've ridden for half a day, because that's just silly. Whew. Oh, missed the gear. There we go. Not a bad damn. Well, this might be where I leave all of you two-wheel adventurers. I'm just going to enjoy the ride back on my lonesome. Most of it's on the road anyway, so you guys aren't going to care about that. But that is day one done on the big behemoth, the yellow submarine, the Suzuki V-Strom 1050DE. And I'm pleasantly surprised. It is a big bike, that is for sure. There's no getting around that, but I'm actually pretty surprised with how it actually went off-road. It's very well balanced, and for something with these kind of tyres on it, I didn't really feel like I was slipping and sliding too much on those gravelly roads. Maybe it's just because it's such a heavy bike, it gets the tyre down for more grip. I'm not quite sure, or it's the way the bike's balanced with its weight, but whatever it is, it felt pretty good. So if this thing had some more aggressive tyres, some more off-road orientated tyres, I think that would make it even better. But as I already did say, I told you my plans. I want to do a couple of big adventures on this before I speak too soon on a whole review. So if you're interested in those adventures to come and a review that I will put out on the big 1050DE, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the two-wheel adventure crew, stick around. I would love for you to stick around, and thank you for all the support. Like this video if you did enjoy it, and make sure you jump down in those comments below, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And one last thing, check out the video's description. There should be a GPX file down there of this ride if you want to check that out. Big bike friendly, of course. And make sure you check out all my other links there to support my partners who help keep kicking this channel along and keep bringing these adventures to all of you. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. See you in the next one. More adventures on the big V-Strom 1050DE. It's going to be a good time, no doubt. Oh yeah, and almost forgot, make sure you ride safe on your own two-wheel adventures. See you in the next one.